Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, this is going to be the last Sofia the First episode that I'm going to blog for November 2022. Yes, I know December has just begun, but unfortunately, my heartwarming Christmas marathon won't be ready until I get settled into my new flat. Anyway, do you guys know what the funny thing about Sofia's second season was? Well, believe it or not, during late March of 2015, there were 3 episodes that aired on the exact same day. One was Clover Time, where Sofia and Clover became roommates after Clover's wearing gets flooded, and the second was A Tale of Two Teams, where Sofia had to choose between playing for the Dunwiddie Ducks or the Royal Hawks. But what are my thoughts on the episode between those two? Well, let's take a look and find out. Airing on television on March 27th, 2015, this is In a Tizzy. Now, on for the plot of the episode. It's time for the annual Dunwiddie Pedal Power go-carriage race, and Sofia's friend Ruby wants to win very badly. While building her go-carriage, she meets Tizzy, an overly eager fairy godmother who wants to earn her wings. And the only way to do that is to help someone achieve their dreams. She offers to help Ruby achieve her goal of winning the go-carriage race, but unfortunately, she helps Ruby a bit too much, not letting her do anything for herself. So, what do I think? Well, in my opinion, this episode was not just good, but it was also fun and zany. And to further explain why I like this episode, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, there's not a lot of trivia to say for this, except for the fact that the moral of this episode is, if you want your dream to come true, you have to make it come true yourself. Which kind of reminds me of something Terra said in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
But I also believe you have to make an effort to make them come true.
As for the animation, well, I think Toei on CGI is still flawless, and I like that this episode mostly takes place in the Dunwiddie village again. Plus, like the Transylvania Grand Prix from Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, the Dunwiddie Pedal Power Race is pretty reminiscent to the Wacky Races show, in a way. For example, Amber's racing outfit somewhat resembles that of Penelope Pitstop's. Plus, the part where Lucinda tries to use her magic broomsticks on her go-carriage, which is against the rules, was not only funny, but it also brings back memories from when she uses her wand during the practice game in A Tale of Two Teams. And now, let's talk about the episode's song, Make Our Dreams Come True, which is performed by Tizzy as she tells Ruby that in order for her to earn her wings, she must make one person's dream come true, which is quite difficult for her because all her past 2 attempts ended in disaster, like when a young ballerina froze on stage and fell on her nose, or when a downhill skier slipped off a mountain. In my opinion, this is another great song, and while listening to it, not only does it make me smile, but I also feel deep sympathy for Tizzy's past failures. Plus, I like when Tizzy used her magic to put together Ruby's go-carriage. And now, let's move on to the characters and their voice actors. Our main character, Ruby Henshaw, is voiced by Diamond White, who voiced Foolie in the Lion Guard series, and she'll be voicing in the upcoming Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur series next year. Now, this episode would have to be the very first to focus on Ruby, rather than on Princess Sofia or on Jade. And in my opinion, I think Ruby is a fun and believable character, and during this episode, Ruby has a big dream to win the Dunwiddie Pedal Power Race. And after meeting her fairy godmother, Tizzy, Ruby tries to keep her a secret. Unfortunately, she's not as good at keeping secrets as Sofia, and I think Ruby's go-carriage looks really beautiful. and I think her driving skills are pretty good. But unfortunately, after Ruby crashes into a barn, she learns from Sofia that in order for her dream to come true, she has to do things fair and square and not rely heavily on magic. Princess Sofia is voiced once again by Ariel Winter, whom was young Kairi in the Kingdom Hearts game series, Marina in Jake and the Neverland Pirates, a few of Thumper's sisters in Bambi 2, Marlene in the complete version of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, young Trixie in Speed Racer, Penny Peterson in DreamWorks' Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Smurf Lily in Smurfs The Lost Village. In this episode, I like that Sofia is working with Jade to construct their go-carriages for the race by salvaging parts at the castle, and I think their go-carriages look great too. Plus, I like that Sofia agrees that Tizzy helping Ruby isn't really against the rules, but after Ruby crashes during the race because of her enchanted pedals, Sofia explains to both Ruby and Tizzy that she can't win with just magic, and their dreams will only come true if Ruby earns it herself. Next we have Tizzy, Ruby's fairy godmother, voiced by Melissa Roch, whom was in Batman and Harley Quinn and Star vs. the Forces of Evil. As mentioned earlier, Tizzy wants to make someone's dream come true in order to earn her wings. Problem is, she keeps overdoing it with magical assistance. In my opinion, Tizzy is a great new character. While she is very energetic and perky, she can also be a bit over the top. Plus, while I like that she helped Ruby put her go-carriage together, she's still a bit over-supportive, using her magic to help Ruby with almost everything and not letting her do things by herself, like during the part where she makes Ruby's pedals move all by themselves. Unfortunately, the carriage goes out of control and causes Ruby to crash into a barn. But thankfully, Tizzy makes up for it by restarting the race and lets Ruby race all by herself. And I also like when Tizzy roots for Ruby during the race. And now on to my final words. Overall, In a Tizzy was another good episode. The animation is still excellent, Ruby was a great main character, and her behavior is pretty believable, and it's nice to see that she has a moral compass. Tizzy herself is also a good character. Despite having a great song, I like that she genuinely wants to help Ruby, despite being way too oversupportive. Plus, there are a lot of fun moments throughout this episode, and I thought the go-carriage race was pretty cute and challenging. Also, I like that the episode features a good moral on how you have to do things yourself if you want your dreams to come true. As for my rating, I'll give it a 95% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for my next episode, where I look at Disney's 61st animated movie, Mustang Power.